Hello everyone, welcome to this new chapter of the Advent of Cyber 3. Today we are looking at NoSQL, and given that I know nothing about it, we will walk through it step by step. So let's start. Um, Here is some explanation. I suggest you to go through it and read it, and then start with the actual um, exercise. So, first of all, we need to SSH into the machine. Um, Let me have a look at my IP. So, THM. Okay. Yes. Try hack me. Okay. Oh, I did something wrong, I guess. Well, permission denied? THM. The IP is correct. Try hack me. What did I do wrong? Well, what? So here it says to follow up with interacting with the MongoDB servers, please deploy the attached machine and use AttackBox or connect to the VPN in order to log in into the SSH server. Use the following credentials. Well, I did. THM. Machine is correct. Let me see. That makes no sense. Oh, okay. Sorry. My fault. I should have read it carefully because the port is not standard, it's not 22. So we would need to first declare the port we are trying to connect to. Okay, we are in. Okay, so before we dive into the detail of NoSQL injection, it is important to understand how MongoDB works. In a general sense, let's start with connecting to MongoDB on our deployed target machine using the default port 27017. We will be creating a new database and collection as well as documents. So, okay, Mongo. Hey. Ah, okay. So, here we are. We're connected or what? No, let me see. Should be. Even though, well, the machine seems to be very unresponsive. I guess there's a ton of people trying to connect to the attack box. Okay, so connecting, that seems good. Version is not the same as stated here, but we don't need that to be the same. So show databases. Okay, we have admin, config, flagdb, and local. Next, if we want to connect to a database, we can do this by using the use command. However, we will also show how to create a new database with collection and data. To create a new database, we also use the same use command to create and connect to it. Therefore, the use command is used to connect to a database if it exists, or create a new database if it doesn't. Once the database is created, we can create two new collections named users and roles using the db.createCollection function, and then show all available connections within the database. Okay, so uh, we're seeing that we don't have any database called AOC3. We will just create a new one, I guess. So, use AOC3. Okay, so I guess we could still do the show database command to see if something. Okay, no, because we are inside of already on AOC3. Okay then. So we don't have this stuff, but we can create a document within users collection and insert data into it. So db users.insert. Let's try this. It's not very clear how to use that, at least to me, because I know nothing about it. Let's try. If something bad happens, we might need to restart our machine. Okay, so the result seems to be the same. We write results. Okay, so let's modify it a little bit. Same command, different password, pass, and we will use, I don't know, test. And this was written too. So we successfully created two documents into users collection and then showed available documents within the collection using db users find. So okay, let's write it down manually. Db users dot find. Oh no, hey, find. Okay, so we have the two users we created with the password, username, the emails is the same. We successfully created the two documents into users collection and then showed available documents within the collection using db.user.find, and we did it. Note that MongoDB automatically creates a unique ID called what is that? It's not a dash. Well, ID for each document within the collection from the above output. Let's also try to update the document as well as delete it using MongoDB commands. We will be using the db collection update function to update the document with ID 2 and update the username to be tryacme, and finally shows all documents to make sure our document get updated. Okay, so we want to update what we already did before. We have two objects with ID. Why? I have two objects with ID 1. How is it? Oh, because I used the same command twice with the same ID. Okay, so I messed up. But I will try to modify the second. So the username is admin. Okay, well. Let's try to modify the second using, well, I cannot. I have two objects with the same ID, but object ID is different. May I use, okay, so that's the point. Let's try something. Um, so db.users.update um, ID double dots, and let's copy the second. Okay. And let's see if it works. I'm not sure about it. Um, column or whatever. Dollar set. I might have some problems with my keyboard, and I don't like it. Like my N is always messy, and the S starts to be double all the time. Let's see. Username, we want to modify it into tryacme is good. And close. Why double close it? Ah, yeah, okay. Semicolon. Let's see if it right. Results matches 0. Okay, probably because we didn't. Oh. Hmm. Well, let's use previous command to find, and we didn't get a new ID. We'd like to maybe. It's so unresponsive. Sorry, guys. It's very difficult to work with it. ID. I'd go object ID. And here, let's close this. Let's try again. Okay, so exception. Well, it seems that it doesn't work very well. Huh. Well, we could start again, okay? We could, or we could try to make it right, but I don't want to waste your time. That's still something I would like to do, just to get to understand why it doesn't work. Maybe one last try before we drop it and start again with the new instance or simply a new database. Okay, we got a match and we modified one, so that should have worked. Let's see. Okay, we matched these. Username got changed, and that's good, right? And the rest stays the same. We like that, so nice. Finally, let's remove the document using dbuser_remove and drop dbuser_drop the collection as follow. So let's use the above command and just modify it a little bit. So let's go like this. We don't need a column anymore. And we just modify the function that we want to use. So remove. Hopefully it's getting removed. Let's see what happens. It's taking a lot of time. Maybe users remove? Yeah, should work. Or no, it should work. It's taking a lot of time. And it's odd. What is happening? It seems that the machine is very, very unresponsive. Um, or we did something wrong. That's always possible. Uh, let's see. I'll pause the video, wait a couple minutes, and we'll get back to the other stuff in here. Okay? See ya. Okay. I just noticed that the commands are not exactly the same as you can see here. So what we will do is to get back, try the same command, and slightly modify it. Okay. Machine is still unresponsive. See how much it takes, how much time it takes to get. Okay, so. Oh, look. Okay, so it didn't register our previous command. We will use. Oh, okay. We will use this one. And that's a massacre. Let's try to have it again. One key at a time. So if we want to remove it, we need a slightly different command. I don't get why, and I don't like it. Let's see if it works. Seems it doesn't. So that makes sense. We need a space. Is it there? No. Well, we could try something that might be easier to get, as like instead of using the ID, object ID, we could use the username. Sorry guys, I'm messing around, but this is interesting, and seeing that I've never done that before, it's good to try and test how it works. So instead of these, I can just go like um, username and then try hack me and see if I can update it. Okay, but well, that's my fault. Look at here, I didn't use the right function, so yeah, I'm a messy hacker. Okay, remove. Well, it was written right. And yeah, we're good. So, what if I try it again just to see if I can get it to work? So I would put here this, take out space, okay, and remove. And before I click, I would like just to change these because we already deleted the previous object and we want to delete them both. Or, well, if I delete again the same object, we won't get a successful delete because there's none. So let's go. Nope, doesn't seem to like it. Uh, well, let's see. Find. So it's the same? No, it's not. That's why we couldn't find it and delete it. Let's copy it and let's try again. That should be the right object ID. And let's go for remove. We hopefully will not get a error and we will get the job done. Nope. Well, not wasting your time again doing this stuff. Let's just go for db dot users dot remove um, ID and 2. And that should have the work done, not 2, because we had only ID 1 removed. So again, if we go to find DB users, we find nothing. Both of them were deleted. So we're having some trouble working with that kind of parameters. No, that's not a parameter. But yeah, this info is not easy to work with, while ID, username, and I guess every other will be easier to work with. Um, we should also db user drop. We should drop the db. So db dot users dot drop. True. So now that we know how to interact with the MongoDB server, look around by using the MongoDB commands we've learned and find the flag to answer question 1. Okay, okay, let's go. Should I go like we're into a database and we want to list show database. Show databases. Okay, I guess we want to go with use flag db. Okay, and we should go we don't know the show. How do we show stuff here? We have to show the database. We use it, but we don't have to create stuff. Mm-hmm. What we know how to turn. Well, I guess I have to do a little research. Let's go. How was it called? Okay. We have to go to show documents or find documents. Find document or yeah, show documents MongoDB. I agree. DB collection find. Yep. Let's try it. DB collection find. Nothing. That doesn't seem right. Show database, use, and we use FlagDB. We used DB user. How to show collections then. Show collection. Perfect. Let's see. Mongo shell quick reference. No. What? This collection. That should work. I accept all cookies. So I think db.getCollectionInfos and get collection names. db.getCollectionNames. Okay. db.getCollectionNames dot find or no. just a method. Flag call. Okay. db dot flag call dot find and list everything inside of it. There's just one, and we like it. Here it is. Let's copy it, as always, with the in-browser machine. We have to use this little panel here to copy from one to the other. And let's paste the UI. Paste it. Good. Now, where were we? What is NoSQL injection? Okay, so now that we have the basic knowledge of dealing with MongoDB commands to create database and collection, as well as insert, update, and delete documents, we will be discussing the NoSQL injection and the risks of having such vulnerability in the application. NoSQL injection is a web security vulnerability that allows the attacker to have control over the database. And NoSQL injection happens by sending queries via untrusted and unfiltered web application input, which leads to leaked, unauthorized information. In addition, the attacker can use the NoSQL injection to perform various operations such as modifying data, escalating privilege, DOS attacks, and others. So, bypassing login pages. The logic of login pages is similar in most databases. First, connect to the database and then look for a certain username and password. If they exist in the collection, in the database, then we have a valid entry. The following is the query that is used in the web applications, but used again on our login page. db.users.find query or db.users.find1 query functions where the query is JSON data that's sent via the application, username, admin password, admin pass. Note that when we provide the correct credential, a document returns while a null reply is received when prompting the wrong credential when nothing matches. Okay. So, here is an example of db users.find1. Okay, so we get that's not very clear. So when we use db.user.find1, we should insert username and password, and I guess okay. So if you put the right username and the right password, this is the response from the server. But if we put a different password, we will receive null. Okay. Before exploiting the NoSQL injection, there are MongoDB operators that we need to be familiar with that are heavily used in the injection, which are $AQ, EQ, matches record that equal to a certain value. $NE matches record that are not equal to a certain value. $GT matches record that are greater than a certain value. $where matches record based on JavaScript conditions. $exists matches record that have a certain field. And $regex or regex matches records that satisfy certain regular expressions. Visit the MongoDB website for more information about MongoDB operators. Next, we will be exploiting the logic of the login query by injecting a JSON object which includes one of the NoSQL operators, which is an E. So I guess what we are trying to find here is something that is not what we put in. So if we put an object, like again, it's written here, I guess the logic is I put the username correctly, or I guess the username, that's the easier part, admin, and then try to retrieve a password where it's not the value that we will put. Okay? So that's kind of logic, yeah, it makes sense, and it's odd that we can do something like that. Um, so I would like to know which database are they using so I can do it on my own instead of just reading. But um, let's read again and see how it goes. So we injected a JSON object in the password field and we changed the logic to become as follow. We are telling MongoDB to find a document user with a username equal to admin and his password is not equal to, which is turn the statement true because the admin password is not this. So yeah, that's basically what I was guessing. As a result, we have successfully retrieved the documents from MongoDB since our statement logic is true. By applying this concept against the login page of a web application, we will be able to bypass the login page. Now, let's say if we wanted to log in a system as another user who's not admin. In this case, we can also inject into a username field to be as follow. Okay, so um, if this were a login page, we would be logged in as a not admin, which is the user. We injected two JSON objects into the name as well as a password field. So I'm not sure, but this will return a lot of objects if there are just more than two, because if we say not admin, every user will pop up. And with password, I guess we could also avoid this statement, because we would receive in any case every user that is not admin. But we will test it later. Um, Exploit NoSQL injection. To exploit web application, first you need to find an entry point that doesn't sanitize user input. Next, you need to understand how the web application passes the request to the database. Once you find the entry point, passing queries could be varied. Sometimes the web app accept the user input via GET or POST queries, and sometimes web application accept a JSON object, as in certain case APIs. Injecting a NoSQL queries as different form if we deal with GET and POST queries than JSON object, but still have the same concept. Let's discuss how to inject into a regular GET or POST request. To interact with MongoDB via GET or POST is by injecting an array of the MongoDB operator to match the JSON object. Okay, it's a bit wordy. Um, Key value. Okay, the following is an example of how to inject via URL. Okay, so let's say we have this example, search username admin and role not user. Well, we have here our NoSQL machine, sorry. Okay, so this is an example, and if we want to test it right now, we would have to, oh, look how how slow it is. Um, Let me see the IP of the machine. So 10.10.161.72. Let's see if it has a web page. We have it. Nice. So getting back to where we were. Like, okay, here. So let's say I have admin and lol. Don't save. Bad crads. Row data. Headers. I don't know why I'm shown these, but I guess it's to avoid the use of burp. Let's get back. Well, let's read. It's better. Note that we inject the MongoDB operator and e not equal into the role parameter. Okay. We can also use the same concept to pass the MongoDB operator in the post request. Let's see the normal case where we search for username is equal Ben with the user role. Okay. As a result, the web application returns the expected result from MongoDB. Now let's inject MongoDB to show an unexpected result. We will try to list all user names that have user role. So username not Ben, role user. As a result, the web application will return many records from the MongoDB that satisfy the query. This is practice time. Now make sure you have deployed the touched machine at the attack box to use burp. Try to list all usernames that have guest role. Find the flag and answer the question below. Okay. Okay. So what we will do is now to launch our burp suite and see how the request is made, and that will tell us how it works. Next, start burp suite. And no, I don't want to update. So proxy intercept is on. Ooh, look how many users might be in TryAcme right now to have it so slow. Okay, so here we have it. Admin, lol, and a bad. How? How can you do that? Oh, sorry, my fault. Let's go back before we run it again. Burp is on. Lol. Okay, now we have something here. Burp. And we've intercepted something. So what we want to do now is to list all the user so we could go something like not because it's guessed, but we don't care about it. $sign and E, close it, and to avoid admin being filtered in our results, because it might the guest role, we will just use something different. And oh look, I made a mistake. So it's probably like that, not equal to lol. And knowing that we might have role, we'll go like this. Role guest. Could that work? I don't know. Forward it. Oh, let's see if we already received a response. Bad crats. Meh. Where is my last request? I don't see it. We modify it. Why is it like that? Intercept. Forward. Let's see if we get something back. Forward. Let's forward everything. We should be maybe look at how it works before doing that. So that's what we got. It's a post request, and let's see. That's very odd. Well, we discussed how to bypass login pages as an admin. You can log in the application that Grinch consoles as admin and retrieve the flag. Okay, so that's the first thing we should do. Let's go. This is not something we need now. And we should turn burp, well, still on. But okay, so admin lol or admin just to make sure. We're waiting for something. Probably burp has a lot of requests to send out. Let's see. Intercept. So forward this. Forward. Well, that doesn't matter to us. Or it does it? Or that's not our connection login attempt. Okay, so here it is. So here we will tell not admin. Okay, forward. Success. Forward this too. Dashboard. Success. Good. I guess we're in. Ah, so slow. I can turn interceptor off so that every request is sent. Just use the browser. Okay, we are in. Welcome, admin. Use the knowledge given in AOC3 Day 4 to set up and run Burp Suite proxy to intercept HTTP requests for the login page, then modify this parameter. Done. We have the flag here. We have it. Copy it. Again, as always, we should use this little menu. And once you're logged in, use the gift search page to list all usernames that have guest role. So that's where we want to use our um, our other request for role. So what should we do? I guess we first want to intercept the request. So intercept is on again. And let's try with lol. There's no need to stay there searching for something fancy when we can use whatever comes to our mind and modify it here. So search username lol, and we want to tell him not lol. Not lol, and role, not user, but guest. Let's see. Forward. Nothing here, so we will check history. And go down, down, down there to see the last request. How is that slow? Well, we can find it here. Okay, so user detail. Oh, look, we have a user with a role guest that is actually our flag. Use the gift search page to perform NoSQL injection and retrieve the Mongodb record. Okay, again, let's try with lol, even though we could have used Mongodb now. Go there, and we want to retrieve the exact user, and I guess we didn't saw it in guests, so let's try it. Kitty, where the role is something else. Forward it. Thread list update. Okay, that's different. Something else happened. And let's see if we got what we wanted or we are using. Oh, yeah, we have it. He's an admin, and our next flag is simply that. So, we just resolved this challenge. That was fun. To me, it was something new, and I enjoyed it very much. So, if you like the video, just subscribe or like the video, share it on LinkedIn, on wherever. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.